So I got 11 minutes. 11 minutes to speak a whole bunch of words before I leave. Because, Soul Sisters in Michigan is very real. And it's very real because somewhere around the 1800s, our Catholic fathers in this town decided to start raping Native American women. So, and this is all along St. Clair. And my name is April Love. And I'm one who has been since the 70s, Xavier, that's St. Francis Xavier, because see, my family went to this church too, at the Shirk Residence. That's over the one I talked to on 49411 Romeo Blank, the one that has a porthole. This place don't even have a porthole, nor will it ever have a porthole, because again, it's a crime to rape children. Do we have an understanding? Because again, it seems to be Lakeside over here, Lakeside, John Hall Road, right, Utica. We have Puff Daddies who we have hot spots, right? Do I need to start investigating New Baltimore for hot spots? Because all I know is Utica, where Puff Daddies came in there, and Sunshine Gas Station, and then the underground drugs. So again, because this has to do with 22 and Romeo Plain too, which is tied to this church right here, because again, it goes back to the historians, and you already see that they already attached. When I was over there blessing the memorial, see, they started in the 70s. See, this is how Christopher Columbus works. You got to stay up with a mama, because I already studied this church historically, and you know what I do? I interconnect them with some of these properties that need to be safe, like the one on 22 and Romeo Plank. No, instead, what we're doing is we're allowing Christopher Columbus, right? Because it's definitely Christopher. When I see those memorials over there in the 19, and you got it all there, right? So, and immediately what I'm going to is, because I got these assholes. So again, that would be Romeo. So because again, you can't sue churches, although you can definitely sue churches. Let's talk about that. You can sue these 1990 little conspiracy communists that somehow in 1997, I don't know, Coleman ended up dead. But see, we don't want to talk the truth, that we are playing dirty little games. They're called fracking, geofracking. So here I stand as an Army wife. So I am an Army wife, I am a U.S. Marine wife, I am a Navy wife. So, and my wife is dead, and so I don't even get to spend time with my wife, because again, we have Chaldeans here. Those are the ones over there all over the place, like hundreds of thousands of Chaldeans came in. Why? Well, because our Catholics. So our Catholics choose to take the Chaldeans in. And why do they do that? Well, because they are Jews. You have to understand, these guys are Jews. They're Saudi Arabia now. They're Jews. That's what Lakeside is. Billions of dollars of Saudi Arabia. So why would we allow Saudi Arabia to come over there? Well, we have to remember Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus is down there in Algonac, right? I already spent all my little imprinting, boys. Okay, why don't you just, call mom. You know how fast I could find you spend all your time. It's the same thing I told Border Control. They spend all their time with the drunks. You know what I spend all my time with? St. Anne. Hello, Soul Sisters. I was just in Detroit. Come in, John Rich. Like I said, we're not going to join Islam. Now, I don't know if this church has joined Islam, but again, we know St. Anne in Detroit has joined Islam. So we know that the Resurrection out in Clinton Township has joined Islam. And okay, and then I can add them up to Christopher Columbus, because again, down this way, Algonac, where you got the memorial, you have Christopher Columbus. He's through the fucking boats. And if you follow all the way down 23, you will find the ties of this church and the church in Romeo. Why? Well, Enbridge, that's why. You will find a multi-trillion-dollar business out there that plans on bringing a database center. Like, I'm just going to tell you, and I'm like, the natives are going to torture. So, because again, this is Holy Land. You can't come in and think you get to unchain us to Christ. Not going to happen. happen, niggers. Not today, not any day. So again, God created chain breakers like me. So I survived in Detroit. I'm a little Earth child, Detroit child. Kidding me. So I'm not going to go for these little drunk asses down here called Christopher Columbus. And then if you go to Shelby over here, you'll find Christopher Columbus at the rape bridge, right? It's the bridge that everybody gets raped on 23. Why is that? Oh, because of Cherry Creek. And then it's all those Sicilians. It's the Park Ridge. They're literally in the library out there. And then what happened is they did all these geofracking projects. Lucy, come here. Yeah, this is over here by Lakeside. And we definitely have to do this. Why do we have to do this? Boys, did you not see my flag? Because I was already saying this, because they over here saying Mary Magdalene is a prostitute. Why do we talk so ugly about women in Michigan when it literally St. Anne is the patronuts? But see, we don't get to know about that because our fathers, who are old ass men, decided to join Islam down there in Lansing, Detroit. It's all over the place. This has affected our dares. So because we know the automation, this is Ford, Chrysler, GM, all which have been railroading the tax dollar on infrastructure projects. And so now we're just at this crisis that we're at World War V. And it's because of the Christopher Columbus. So Christopher Columbus is because, again, we're in Michigan where we get the five-handed prayer. And I'm going to bring that five-handed prayer here, right? So because when we look at Michigan like this, right, this is where they're doing these fucking rockets. So we have to remember St. Clair is over here, right? Here's St. Clair. So, and we do have angels over us, but it's not what we're told. So we're not even practicing Jesus, because for these days, it's all about, the sinners. So again, I'm hearing the algorithm. The algorithm is Mother Mary cheated on Saint Joseph. Listen to this language they talk. This is our fathers. So, and again, I don't know about this one, but I've been going to this one because my family goes to this one. So my family's connected, and I finished my high school diploma here down at that alternative school. So, and then I birthed like $100,000 education to be an advocate and a social worker. But no, we have very high level police sheriffs like Sheriff Swanson and Mark Hackle and Mark Davids, and I don't know. You know what? I just gave it to Christ. I just had to keep giving it. That's what you're doing. Travel here if you want. Make sure you're married. You have protection, because they believe in drugging you. This is like Indian niggers. You can see them because, again, we chose Saudi Arabia. So, and again, we chose it for the mission of Israel. So these churches, all these churches have already done the night classes of the greater mission of Israel. Me too. Sign me up, because you know what? I'm a Jew just like you guys, and I want to protect the Holy Land, because, again, you know who's going to destroy the Holy Land? I'm going to run out of time. I'm telling you. This is who's going to destroy the Holy Land. I'm telling you. I got this book, because, again, I always have stuff that I found, because there's this really cute, if you go to visit Christopher Columbus, where I spent dozens of hours of praying and stuff like that, you go down there, because I'm praying on the water. I've been all over the place. So because I keep saying this 3-tier rocket system they're doing, again, they rigged all those windmills. The windmills are attached to the Ark. That's India. It's attached to Indianapolis. It goes down to the War Memorial in Indianapolis, because, again, the cults and all them, the Saudi Arabia and these other evil ass star countries chose, and particularly during COVID, they were resurrecting cities into these new, I don't know. My point is, Indianapolis is very dangerous because, again, they have the Antichrist down there lying. So we put billions of dollars into veteran memorials, and we have drunks. They want to blame the homeless, but it's really actually the partiers, and they are all attached to Notre Dame and, the Catholics, because the Catholics tell everybody to drink, just like they tell everybody to rape children and then take it to their church, and then the fathers forgive the rape. See, that's how I got caught up in this shit, because, again, my daddy was an army dad in the 70s, and he's out there, protecting America, and you know what was happening? Oh, a piece of shit ass man was beating the hell out out of my young mom. It wasn't even my dad. It was some other man named John Swaski. But again, there's a father in St. Francis, Vassar, Xavier, right, in 1978 that was going around basically just entrapping babies, because again, they know these rapists, they allow rapist fathers to basically curse their children, because you cannot baptize, like, it's just disgusting. It's almost become like a dog. I'm coming. Oh, she was right here. She's over, because there's little rabbits in the bushes. Right here. She's just right here. So they moved my bricks though, but that's okay. That's how they do it. You know, the reality here, Catholic, I don't even get Catholic, so let me do my 5-handed prayer, because I'm a lesbian. And again, you can't be a lesbian in Michigan. So, and then on top of it, the Catholics are praying the homosexual, like they're literally having their own homosexual relationships. That's our fathers, because again, you can't have a wife. Jesus didn't have a wife. Jesus did have a wife. You plan on going to heaven? That's heaven. You see the spirit? They don't have that stupid ring around her head, okay? You have the earth around her head, the way it is intended. So if you plan on going to heaven, which is behind, let's say this is Mary Magdalene today, okay? Happy not birthday, I don't even know, Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. Oh my God, the devil won't even allow you to say her name, because here the Catholics are going around saying Mary Magdalene.